Ezra Bridger's new lightsaber takes inspiration from his master's lightsaber in more ways than one. Kanan's lightsaber was just as useful undercover. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Ezra Bridger constructs a new lightsaber with the help of Huyang, making it the perfect weapon for a Jedi spy. Ezra's new lightsaber design, similar to his master Kanan Jarrus, allows for easy infiltration of enemy strongholds. The ability to hide his lightsaber in plain sight will be advantageous for Ezra as he joins the fight against the Imperial Remnant. The new lightsaber Ezra Bridger constructed in Ahsoka is the perfect weapon for a Jedi spy. After Ezra Bridger disappeared at the end of Star Wars Rebels, his second lightsaber, he'd lost his first during a battle with Darth Vader in Rebels Season 2, was left with his Mandalorian friend, Sabine Wren. Sabine modified Ezra's old lightsaber to suit her own needs, and has since been using it to train under Ahsoka Tano as a Force user. As such, even when Sabine and Ezra were reunited, he required a new lightsaber. Luckily, lightsaber expert and Jedi Order droid Huyang had come along for the ride and was able to give Ezra all the tools he needed. Now that Ezra has returned home and has been reunited with New Republic General Hera Syndulla, he'll likely be joining the fight against Thrawn and the Imperial Remnant alongside his friends, just like in the old days during Star Wars Rebels. When Ezra was part of the Ghost Crew, they often infiltrated Imperial factories, bases, and strongholds, donning stormtrooper armor and other disguises to conceal their identities. The Ahsoka finale showed that Ezra hadn't lost his touch, as he hid on Grand Admiral Thrawn's ship dressed as one of his night troopers. One might have expected the other night troopers to recognize the shape of a lightsaber. But Ezra, much like his Jedi master, must have hidden it in plain sight. Ezra Bridger's master, Kanan Jarrus, sadly died at the end of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, sacrificing himself to save Ezra, Sabine, and Hera from a deadly explosion. Before that fateful night, however, Kanan had managed to avoid capture and death numerous times despite being on the Inquisitor's radar as a surviving Jedi, and causing the Empire a lot of trouble. One of the reasons Kanan was able to avoid his identity as a Jedi being revealed for so long was because of the unique construction of his lightsaber. As the Star Wars Rebels Season 2 sourcebook states, rather than hang the hilt on his belt, which would easily identify him as a Jedi, Jarrus stored it directly on his belt as two separate pieces. The main body and grip of the hilt at the small of his back, and the top portion that produced the blade on his left side. Jarrus only needed to insert the top portion into the main body and twist to lock them together. Until Kanan put the lightsaber together, one never would have known what kind of weapon he was carrying. It was an undeniably smart strategy. He would always have his lightsaber ready at a moment's notice, instead of hiding it away or discarding it entirely, as so many of his peers must have done. Ezra learned a lot from his master, the ways of the Force, patience, compassion, and more. How to build an unassuming lightsaber, however, may have been the final lesson that Ezra remembered, even years after his master's death. When Ezra built his new lightsaber in Ahsoka Episode 8, The Jedi, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, it was clear that he was thinking of Kanan. Visually, Ezra's new lightsaber and Kanan's old lightsaber are strikingly similar. Huyang was able to give Ezra the same emitter Kanan used, and the grips are comparable in design as well. Additionally, Ezra's new lightsaber has a blue blade, just as Kanan's did. Ahsoka Episode 8 makes a point of showcasing how Ezra's weapon honors Kanan's legacy. As Ezra finishes his lightsaber, he screws the emitter onto the top of the weapon, meaning he can probably just as easily unscrew it and hide the two separate parts, just as Kanan could. Having a lightsaber that can so easily be hidden, even in plain sight, will be incredibly beneficial when Ezra becomes a rebel once again. Infiltrating dangerous bases is his specialty. He's gone undercover before, and he'll go undercover again. Being able to hide his lightsaber in the same way as Kanan will only make those kinds of missions easier. Now that Grand Admiral Thrawn has returned, and the threat of the Empire looms over the galaxy once again, Ezra will undoubtedly do everything in his power to prevent them from regaining power. The lightsaber Ezra built in Ahsoka will be key in the fight to come.